Now, for more on what Wall Street should expect from a possible government shutdown, let's bring in Monica Guerra. She is head of U.S. policy at Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Monica, the Democrats are trying to make the shutdown potentially about health care, relitigating the president's bill from the summer, literally. Who gets blamed for the shutdown, you think? And if government job cuts come along with it, who gets blamed for that? Does that matter for the markets?
I don't think that piece matters for markets when we're thinking about blame. The electorate on either side is going to point to the other guy, right? That's sort of the natural flow of things. What Democrats are balancing here is trying to have, this one piece of leverage, like was mentioned earlier, to move on some of these priorities, in light of the fact that the president also has the ability to actually cut budgets while the government is shut down. So there is a lot at risk. Now, I'm in Hawaii right now with clients, and while it's a world away from Wall Street, they're worried about this because they're one of those key economies that's really dependent on government contracts like the Department of Defense.
What about health care, since that is one of the topics that's being tossed around here in this shutdown talk? Are health care stocks perhaps affected by what does or doesn't happen in this fight?
Healthcare stocks are likely to be impacted for sure. OBBBA, with the Medicaid rollbacks, that sort of stake in the ground that the Democrats are putting into place, it could have negative impact if you get continued cuts there. If the president says, all right, we're going to shut down, this could be an area that he continues to focus. So there is a lot at risk for not just individuals, but also the Democratic Party. The other thing I just want to highlight, the reason why I mentioned the Department of Defense and healthcare, I think together is a good example of this, of industries that are very heavily reliant on those government contracts. And during times of full government shutdown, you can actually get a sell-off. So in our view, that's a generally attractive entry point, especially for areas where you think you might get a return to regular funding. So like a defense. Healthcare is a different story. That's a longer term risk.